Jason! What are you eating? Let me see. Ugh, gherkins. What are you, like, Lois?
No, Amy. I'm Sim. You can tell my beard.
Oh, yeah.
I just happen to like a vegetable every now and again.
What? How? What about these chocolates that are right here?
I'm just fancying some pickles right now, Amy. And, wait. That reminds me.
What?
There's some people in the Bible who also like vegetables more than chocolate. Can I tell you about them?
Who in the Bible can possibly like vegetables? Like John the Radish? Or J Cucumber? Or the 12 Tribes of Israel?
Not quite.
Oh.
It's Daniel and his friends.
Daniel and the lion's then, Daniel.
Yes, Daniel. But first, we need to remember how we got here. So, do you remember Josiah?
Yeah, how could I forget? He did so many great things and brought people of Judah back to God.
Nice, exactly. Well, after Josiah came a few other kings who didn't do things quite as well as him. They turned back to other gods and did some awful, awful crimes.
No, then what happens?
Then the whole nation was conquered, taken over, by an empire called Babylon. The Babylonians took over the city of Jerusalem and took the people from there and took them back to their empire as prisoners.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. So much worse than vegetables.
Exactly. But this is where Daniel and his friends pop up.
Oh.
They are part of the people who are taken as prisoners, and the book of Daniel talks about how they lived as prisoners in this different country.
I see. So did they have to do hard work like breaking rocks and digging holes?
Not quite, Amy. The king of Babylon actually chose them to work in his palace because they were strong and smart.
Wow, what an opportunity. So they went into the house and killed the king and all the people were freed.
Nope.
Okay, so they gave in to the people around them and followed the gods that people from Babylon followed.
Again, not quite.
What other option is there?
Well, Amy, Jeremiah, a prophet.
Oh wait, are they the people who listened to God and then told other people what God said?
Yes, exactly. Jeremiah told the people that were in Babylon that there's a third way to act. He didn't tell the people to fight, nor did he tell them to give up.
Ah, okay, so what did he tell them?
Instead, Jeremiah told the people to build houses in Babylon and settle in. He said to pray and do things for the good of the people in Babylon.
Ah, that sounds like giving up to me.
Wait for it, Amy. At the same time, Jeremiah told the people to keep following God in the small things and the big things, so that they didn't walk away from God.
Oh, interesting. How did they do that?
Well, Daniel and his friends didn't fight, but they did quietly do things differently to all the other people around them.
What kind of things?
Things like choosing not to eat the raw food that the king gave them each day, and instead just ate vegetables. Or like when Daniel prayed 3 times a day. Or like when Daniel and his friends refused to bow down and worship other gods.
Interesting.
On their own, some of these things looked really small and insignificant, but together it looked like they were standing against the things that everyone else thought were normal.
Okay, Sim, that's great and all, but does that mean I have to eat only vegetables to follow God? Or is that just for the people in Babylon?
Kind of.
So, flexitarian diet?
Okay, not quite. So, all through the Bible, Babylon is used to represent any culture or country that has turned away from God.
Ah, so like, we also live in a kind of Babylon.
Exactly. We live in a world that is not quite like God wanted it to be. We can think of this a little bit like Babylon.
Does that mean we fight against the place that we live in?
Nope.
Does that mean that we give up and live the way that everyone around us lives?
Again, not quite.
So does that mean that Jeremiah's words are also for us and that we have to find a third way?
Exactly.
So the challenge is that we need to find a way to care for the people around us, for the leaders like our teachers or the government of our country, but not give up and just do the same thing that everybody else does.
Yeah, 100% correct. We're going to go now and look a bit more at how Daniel and his friends did this in the place that they lived.
But, YC Kids, I challenge you to think about creative ways we can care for the people around us and also live differently to those around us that don't know Jesus.
With that in mind, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye!
Bye!